morning and welcome to ONNtv's Mornings with Luann and Tim. It's not Friday.
What day is it?
Not. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. And
Thursday.
And I'm still not 100%.
No, you sure aren't.
No, you.
You sound like you're going to blow
I
along.
told you to cough into your sleeve a week and a half ago.
But I have the little spray antibacterial
It was too late. You
thing.
coughed into your hand, you touched the table, and the germs ran across the table and jumped into me.
That was the plan. So it worked out well.
That's okay. It just
Awesome.
forgive me if I cough.
Yes.
On
Are you
camera.
feeling okay though? Because you look good. Like you don't look all puffy and cold like.
That's because I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and put my face in ice water like Joe Crawford.
with her wire hanger.
I feel okay. I feel okay from here to here.
Yeah? Well, that's awesome. That's good. Well,
I
then
don't
we'll
feel
just
so good
focus
from
on
here
that.
to there.
Oh.
This part's a problem.
Yeah, you know what?
Everything
You're
from there down is
very,
great. by the
very
way.
good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah,
That was my next question.
I knew it wasn't
How's
gonna
everything
be.
from there? So, did you hear the big news in the entertainment world?
Joe Jackson,
Passed away.
Michael Jackson's father,
Man, he
and Tito's
was.
father, and Jermaine's father, and little Latoya's father,
Yes, everyone's father.
Janet's father. He had a lot of kids, didn't he?
He had a ton
How
of
many
kids.
Well, there were 5 at least, plus 2 girls, so that's 7. I don't know where there
Way
were.
to go! Look at
Thank
you
you.
adding and everything.
I know.
On live TV, he's adding and stuff. That's so awesome.
How old was Joe Jackson? Did you read that?
He was like 89 or something.
Well, he had a good long life. And
Yes. Well, he
I
had a
wonder-
long life. We don't know if.
It was good.
Yes.
I wonder
guess
how much
Michael
money
had
the
some
Jackson
problems.
family has.
Yeah.
But so Michael Jackson died broke. But then
Apparently.
he was worth more dead than alive.
Well, because it just
There's
kept
Joe
coming
right
up.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He looks like a mafioso, doesn't he? To me,
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, and a little bit
Hey, I know somebody who knows somebody.
he also
Right?
looks a little bit like Little Richard if he hadn't had all the surgery.
Oh, maybe.
Like, if you pull him a little bit tighter, that's Little Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see though where all the kids' cheekbones come from, though, right?
What the kids' cheekbones all came from plastic surgeons. What are you
Well,
talking
his
about?
too, maybe then. But like, look at his cheekbones.
I think they all did. They must have got a family discount when they had their faces redone.
I wonder. Do you think that
Can we stop looking at Joe Jackson and put Luann in it? Thank you. Why are we even here?
Do you think that he had plastic surgery?
Yes.
Joe Jackson? Stop
Yeah.
it. Well, it didn't work.
Look at even Aaron. It didn't work.
Really?
Well, it only
You
lasts for
think?
so long, and then it starts to go again.
Well, like you have cheeks like this, and the rest of your face is like.
Well, that's why you have to keep putting the injections in to puff it up. And
Seems like you know what you're talking
That's
about.
how you. That's how you end up looking like Ivanka.
Yes, like this.
With the lips and the.
Yeah, nothing else moves. You can smile, you can laugh. You can.
That's like Joan Rivers used to say, "Hi, I'm so sad right now. My dog died. I'm really sad."
She had some nasty stuff. I have to say. I know.
Her
I
surgery?
love. Yeah, she looked a little mannequin-like there for
Yeah, she
a
looked
time.
like she looked more like her, there was a statue of her in the wax
Yes.
museum that looked more like her than she did by the end.
Yeah, it's like somebody forgot to say to her, "Okay, you're good now. You don't have to do this every day."
No, she said she basically had a winch at the back of her neck, and she would just turn it, and the skin would get tighter. That's how.
I need one of
she did-
those.
Yeah.
Can you invent one?
A winch for your
Yeah.
face,
Or a clothespin.
or do what B. Arthur did. B. Arthur had clips that pulled her hair back
Yes.
under her hairline from
Yeah.
the Golden Girls. All I do is I just make sure I'm always meeting people on my back like this. That's hi, because
I don't even want to go there. You
You
meeting
look
people
young.
on your back. How unusual.
That's how I
Hey,
get
you know what
work.
else it is
What?
today?
What?
National Sunglasses Day.
You know the strangest things.
Don't I?
Yes. Do you know what I found out?
What did you find out?
There's such a thing as a deer call.
I told you. Did I not tell you?
Do your deer call.
Right?
Now let's hear a real deer call.
Pardon?
I want to hear a real deer call.
I don't know how to do a real one. That's how I do mine.
Where's the deer call? That's your deer call.
That's
Okay.
my deer call. What?
I can't hear it. We can't hear it.
Oh, we can't hear it.
We found a clip of a deer
You
call. and I
found
was
a
going
real
to
deer.
surprise you with
That's
it.
so funny.
Okay, now it's going
Mike's
to work
got
this
it.
time.
Okay. Now let's
That
see
was-
this deer. I told you there was a deer call.
I had no.
I know you didn't
They're out
believe
looking
me.
for the deer. What doing here?
Wow.
Oh, he had one more in him.
That sounds like he's
It sounds like me this morning.
or me the morning after too much drinking.
Too much yes. Don't, people are having breakfast.
Not
Don't
yet.
make
It's way
cake.
too early. They're still in bed. They're not watching this.
So that's a moose call. It doesn't sound like
a deer call.
deer. Yeah, moose
Deer,
is completely
see?
different.
Totally different. Yeah.
That's probably a moose call.
Moose.
I wonder if they found that. So that guy's probably out looking for that deer with the hoop around his belly right now.
See? There you go.
Did you hear
didn't
that?
believe me.
Hey, did you, Rick? Well, my guest is sitting here. Did you hear the story about the deer?
North Bay, there's a little deer, small little deer, and he's got this wire thing right around his waist.
And they're afraid that if he grows up, it'll kill him, or he won't be able to. If it's a girl, she won't be able to have babies.
Because it's mating season, and she gets pregnant.
Yeah, and so they're
not
trying
gonna
to find her again. So Luann was going to go to North Bay and do her moose calls because she's so.
See? And you have to put your head like that too.
I think that the moose dog, the weird deer call, actually sounds like you could just round up a whole bunch of toads. Cause that's okay, we're gonna have quite the blooper reel at the end of this here. Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
It'll be what? We should get a deer call guy wearing sunglasses for National Sunglasses Day.
Okay, listen.
I'm reaching.
I can't even do a show with you. I don't even know what to do. Okay.
Okay, what?
It's time for us to go.
Oh, is it?
Isn't it?
Where are you going?
Mike, is it
You're
time
hoping.
for us to go? How long have we been talking now? I'm bored of us. We're 7:05
Yeah, see?
a.m. No, it's not.
No.
We've gone 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, let's get out
We
of here.
usually do about an hour and a half on this opening thing.
I have guests that are here who are waiting to go back to work.
All right.
Rick Borean from the City of Sault Ste. Marie. We're paying him good money, gall darn it. So.
And he's nice. And you know him, and he's still nice.
Adorable. He was in Mary Poppins, and he was.
Oh, I didn't know that, Rick.
fantastic. And
Mary Poppins?
Yes, he played the butler.
Stop
he was
it.
Hysterical. Yeah, he and Jen Avery were together. Were very funny. So anyway, he's going to be my guest this morning. We're talking. He actually has a real job.
Oh.
As opposed to just being a funny performer and a great
Okay.
singer. He also is. He works for the city for tourism. What is it called? No, called Culture and Recreation. Yeah, I should know this stuff because he's on the show.
Yes, you should.
And so anyway, Rick's going to talk about summer programming and all the great stuff that's going on that the city is doing with concerts and
Awesome.
activities and events and all that kind of stuff.
So much going on this summer.
And then later on the show, I believe it's Community Living Algoma. We'll be here talking about the work that they do in the employment field, getting work for.
Awesome.
I know, for people who are involved with CLA.
Well, and you know what? It's an important thing because they were all about integration.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make
Quality
everybody
of
part
life.
of the community.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we're looking
celebrate
forward to
our strengths.
Yes, we're looking forward to all that wonderful information that you're going to have for us.
Thanks, Luann. I'm looking forward to the news you have for us, too.
Thank you very much.
More news
Jim.
about things like dead Joe Jackson and deer with things around their waists.
And National Sunglasses Day. You so didn't
compelling.
react to that.
So compelling.
I thought that was like something riveting, and you just kind of went, you blew me off. You blew me off about National Sunglasses Day. Thanks.
Let's come back with sunglasses. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Ladies
come
and
back.
gentlemen, stay with us. There's more Mornings with Luann and Tim, and trust me, it only gets better from here. It can't get worse. We'll see you after this brief message. Welcome back to Sunglass Day. What? And Mornings with Luann and Tim and Rick Borean. Hi, Rick.
Good morning. Good morning.
Rick has a great title. Rick is the supervisor
Correct.
of community services for the Recreation and Culture Division.
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot of syllables.
It is.
You've been with the city for a while now. You worked your way up through the ranks, didn't you?
Correct. I started in 2006 as a student, and
You were a student. That was a student placement for you.
I was down at the Pavilion and started out there and moved my way up, and had finished there in the summer and went back as summer recreation assistant,
Yeah.
and then moved over to seniors in 2010, and then I
Oh,
came
you were doing the
back.
senior stuff.
Yes.
Did you work with
Yeah.
Terry Lou LeGros?
I did work
love
with Terry Lou and all of them. It was a great 5.5 years. Learned a lot, had some fun with
You did
everyone.
5.5 years at the Senior Center alone,
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
So I came back kind of came back home to supervising the pavilion and the waterfront and that.
Because that's where you started as a student worker?
Exactly. So it's kind of full circle came around.
So you say the waterfront, maybe people don't realize that you also are in charge of the marinas.
I'm in charge of the marinas and most recently operations of the locks in the summer, of the operating of it. So the staff that's there. That was just recent.
How'd that happen?
So,
isn't that Parks Canada?
It's in partnership with Parks Canada, so the city has a partnership with them.
Cool.
So we provide the staffing for the operation of the actual locks throughout the summer. They provide the maintenance and that. So it's a friendly partnership that we have, and yeah, it's a great operation and it's a great partnership.
And how many marinas do we have?
We have two. We have our local one, which is down at the foot of Pine Street, so Bellevue Marina.
That's called the Bellevue Marina at the foot of Pine Street.
Correct.
And then you have?
And then we have Alberta Bondar Marina, which is primarily our transient marina. So
right.
we
where people come in and they can dock there and then visit the downtown area.
Exactly.
I love that marina.
Exactly.
And that's where you can sit and you look over from the Bondar Park.
Correct.
It's
You
so
see the
pretty
full
down there.
waterfront, you watch ships go by, it's great.
I love it.
There's always something going on.
Yep.
So which is great.
There is always something going on, and that's why you're here.
Absolutely.
To tell us because you're also in charge of the band shell at the Bellevue Park, are you?
No. That falls under my fellow colleague Margaret Hazelton, so she takes care of bookings and all that there. But
that's a separate entity. Bellevue Park is its own baby.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Correct. But we still program there. We still do things together in that. So
like
it's,
the national, what was it? Canadian.
There was Multiculturalism Day yesterday, so that was a great event, a very well attended event, and the weather held off. It was beautiful. Some great entertainment in that, which was great, and a great celebration for all the nationalities that are within our community.
So the next big one is Canada Day.
That's coming up on Sunday.
So you want to talk about that?
It's going to be a big day. Our opening ceremonies kick off at 2 p.m. So we have.
Is that later than usual, or is that standard?
We're going back to the standard from before.
Okay.
We bumped it back, especially last year it was 150, so we were quite big last year.
Of course.
And we had a lot more going on, so we brought it back to kind of back home a little bit.
Yeah, so 2 p.m.
Correct. 2 p.m. with our great opening ceremonies. We have our invited guests that we have, our dignitaries and that, as well as there's cupcakes. Always cupcakes.
Is that?
We have about 1,100 cupcakes available.
Who does that?
The cupcakes themselves. Metro actually sponsors
from Metro?
part of it. Correct. The crew at Metro on Northern Avenue.
That's my Metro.
Helps us sponsor. Correct.
They're always doing stuff for the city.
They're awesome.
They're great to work with.
Metro period is fantastic. They help us out all the time.
Right?
Absolutely.
So cupcakes, and then and also dignitaries are too, and then also I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think cast members from the upcoming production of Mamma Mia.
Correct.
The Musical Comedy Guild is putting that on in November, and some of the cast members, some of the leads will be there to sing the national anthem.
To sing the bilingual version of the national anthem. So we're excited to have them. It's going to be a great show in the fall, obviously.
They're rehearsing tonight.
So I heard, yes. And as well, later on in the day at around 4 o'clock, they're going to be doing some performances of the numbers from the song, from the show.
Cool.
So in between some of our other acts, we have Cindy Cook from the Polka Dot Door. She's bringing her partner Owlie. She was here last year and she was really excited and wanted to come back. She has family up here too, so it's a great connection.
And the kids love her.
Absolutely. I remember her from when I was a child, so I got my picture taken with her last year. So I was good.
Luann, when I was talking yesterday, I read the list of performances, and Luann was like, Cindy, is she still doing Polka Dot Door? Good for her.
Yeah. And the kids do love her. She gets really involved with everybody. She brings them up on stage. She's got that persona, and just she's great with people and great with kids, like yourself.
And by the way, this is all free.
Absolutely.
Everything
Canada is completely free. We also have the party magician, Ron Gutman. He's coming in. He's got 2 segments, so he's got a very involved magician, performer, all different things that we have. So we haven't had a magician on Canada in a long time, so it's really nice to bring, some different act. We also have Pat Maloney coming in. He's a Canadian artist. He's traveling through the area.
What's he do?
He's different acoustic and Canadiana type music.
Nice.
So he's performed a while back at a couple different venues locally, but he called us up and he's like, I'm traveling through, it'd be great, I would love to play on Canada Day somewhere. And so why not? We have the opportunity. As well as we will be showcasing the winners of the Hub Trail Festival, which goes on Canada Day as well, and that's a free family event. So whether you're walking, biking, riding in a wheelchair, anything on the Hub Trail, there's different passport stations.
Yes.
So you can stop, you can get your stamp, there's information, information from the partners that are on there at the different pit stops.
Yeah.
And then everybody meets down back at the pavilion where the farmers market tent area is.
Right.
Dean Greenwood from the Conservation is there.
Authority, yeah.
And the Sioux Cycling Club. So they're there, and that's their main pit stop, and you enter the draw, and at about 3 o'clock-ish, Dean will call the winners of any of the draws that are there.
And you win Hub
And if you're
Trail
present,
prizes.
you win Hub Trail prizes. There may be a bike or that, different things. So but you have to be present at the pavilion if you've participated in the Hub Trail
But that
Festival.
makes total sense because you're going to do the Hub Trail, then you're going to go back and celebrate and have fun
Absolutely.
and hang out with everybody
Exactly.
and then win the prizes and cheer.
And that's why it's kind of in the middle sort of the celebration. So
Right.
this way people are down there, it keeps everyone down. There's barbecues going on.
Are there?
There's cotton candy. There's Lil Orbit's Donuts. There's the concessions at the pavilion are open.
Open on Canada
They
Day.
have great smoothies at the concession down on the
That's
waterfront,
new?
the Red Roof building.
Oh, that's down in front of on the waterfront
In
marina.
front, the corner behind the amphitheater of the pavilion, going towards the
Yes.
corner, looking out at the bridge.
I just walked by it the other day.
Yes,
It's called the what?
it's
called
the ice cream shop. It's the Bonder Park Ice Cream Shop.
Bonder Park
So,
Ice
and
Cream
it's open
Shop.
daily from 6 to 9, as well on weekends from 1 to 9. So there's ice cream, there's coffee, there's popcorn, there's smoothies. It's a real treat to be down there.
Nice.
You know, so there's always something there.
Yeah. Okay, we have to take a break now.
Perfect.
And then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the concert series
Yes.
and other stuff that's going on. Because Canada
Absolutely.
Day, we have to get to the big finish of Canada Day. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Sounds good.
Stay with us, more with Rick Borean and me and Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll see you in a minute.
I couldn't.
We're back with Rick Borean talking about what's going on Canada Day. So we've gotten through the entertainment. It's been going on since 2 o'clock. It goes
Yes.
until...
Right actually till dusk. We have Mustang Heart taking the stage as our lead headline band.
Oh, boy.
So they're taking the stage at 8 p.m. and playing right up until until dusk when the fireworks go off. This year, thank you to all our sponsors that are on board to help us celebrate Canada Day. Without them in the community, it wouldn't be
Who
possible.
are the big ones this year?
Our big sponsors, we actually have Tim Hortons, Lock City Dairies,
Yes.
Purvis Marine, always
for the fireworks.
Between the barge and the tug and the crew to be able to bring the fireworks out there. As well as this year, we are very fortunate. We have an increase from the Department of Canadian Heritage. So they've kicked in some extra funding, which is great. And we've managed to up our fireworks this year. Not a lot, but there will be a difference.
Okay, there'll be a difference.
There will be a difference. So
Cool.
there'll be
Nice.
some surprises out there too, which will be great.
So there you go. We'll see you all down at the Roberta Bondar Pavilion, and there's the picture of it right there. That's lovely. That's the place you run.
Correct.
So July 1st, Canada Day, 2 p.m. Everything starts right through, full programming, completely free of charge. Bring the kids. Don't forget to do the Hub Trail Walk. Stay healthy and happy, and then celebrate and win prizes after.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now, tell me about the concert series and other stuff that's going on.
Absolutely, yes. This year, our summer concert series is back for 2018, sponsored with our title sponsor of Sault Ste, as well as OLG.
Yes.
Is on board with us once again. So we thank our sponsors, obviously.
Yeah.
We start on July 4th. So we have another concert.
That's next week.
Kicks off on Wednesday, July 4th, with Brendan Hodgson. He's playing.
He's the new country and western guy who's got his
Absolutely,
CD
yes.
out. I
Yes.
wanted to get him on the show and talk to him.
Yep, he's
I saw him at
kicking
the
off.
Relay for Life. He's great.
Correct. Yeah, he played there. He also works up at Parks Canada too, so I see
Does
him
he?
quite often. So we get a chance to chit chat and that.
And he does covers and original stuff.
Exactly.
And this is, once again, concert series completely free.
Absolutely free. So
What
that
time?
show starts at 8 on July 4th. So
Okay.
it gives us that 2-hour chunk for the concert and finishes with the fireworks at the end.
Oh, okay.
So which is great. And the summer concert
Because
series.
the 4th of July fireworks.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
beautiful. So you can go see a concert and then watch,
And a show.
our neighbors' fireworks.
Absolutely. It's a great night.
That is.
And we have summer concerts Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the summer, July and August.
So both
we
months.
have 11 concerts this summer, right up until August 28th. So those are free, obviously, right? Community concerts, it ranges from jazz to country to rock and roll to bluegrass to all very, very broad range of genres.
And it's local talent or talent that was formerly from Sault Ste. Marie who's home again to perform.
Absolutely.
Which I think is great
Absolutely.
too.
So we
you might-
keep it home. You know,
Exactly.
it's home based.
Are some of them maybe students who've gone away and are home for the summer?
Some were students. They've gone away. They've come back. We always try to change it up. So we do have an application process that we put out there in about January, February. So we send out an application through all our media sources and on our
That's
Facebook
good to know.
page.
So if you're a local performer and you want exposure
And we can't promise everybody. We only have so many slots.
11 to 13 depending on the summer.
That's right.
How the days
And
fall.
we ended up with around 42 applications this year. So
Did you have that many?
Yeah. So it's.
Do they have to what? Did they submit a tape?
They send recordings or YouTube videos.
You must
things
have
like
the best
that.
time doing that. What a great
It's fun
job.
between my staff, my team, myself, my manager, our sound tech, and just kind of random people as well that don't know. So we kind of get an idea. But again, it all comes down to availability too, right?
True.
So if they're not available on certain days, I like some people, somebody else might not. But you know, it's the availability.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
Okay, so what else?
This summer too, as well in July, our Mayor's Youth Advisory Council is featuring the superhero series down at the band shell. So we'll be showing Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, actually, I think.
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther. So those will be free events,
Free
free
movie
movies
night
to the
in
youth,
Bellevue
to people
Park.
in Bellevue Park at the band shell.
The band shell, you got a screen there now. And
We project right onto the back wall of the band shell. So
Oh.
we have projector, we outfit it with sound.
Is that
and
new?
It's a simple PA system, but it works. We actually had it installed last year.
Last
The
year?
Youth Council does some small capital projects throughout. So as their contribution each year to the community. This year they featured they donated to the splash pad that's coming
Yes.
in August, so that's going to be done. So they gave money to the splash pad this year.
the
Too,
Mayor's
so.
Youth Council did.
Correct, yeah.
So
those
they do,
movies
do
are
they do
free
stuff year-round fundraising?
all year round. They don't necessarily do fundraising, but they do different community events.
Okay.
They have the big art gala that they've done for 3 years now in February. So that features youth art from all the school systems, as well as the food and beverage programs at the two school systems as well.
Really?
So it's a $10 admission at the door. Donations go to the charity of their choice for each year. Last year it was to Youth Arch, Children's Arch.
Yes.
Which is a great place. Everybody
I was
knows
just
that.
out there, Rick.
Yeah, and
We
they
just
did a
did a segment
beautiful
out there.
job.
Whole was amazing.
Yeah, they've done what they have out there is amazing.
Do you know that the doors are wide enough in that whole building that they can take people in their beds outside to get fresh air?
Yes,
in
it's
their
awesome.
beds.
It's awesome.
They've thought of everything.
And even the little children's room where the lights change.
the lights
and
change
everything.
color. We
It's
just
really, really nice.
So the Mayor's
they
Youth
do that.
Council raise funds for that
Yes,
too.
and every time they do a movie, we cover the cost of the film and that, but we also give that money back to as well to a charity. It goes into a pot and that, and it gets back to the community. So there's so many things going on all summer. We have the poker run is back for the third year down on the waterfront. So
Poker
they're hoping to
run.
bring about between 40 and 50 boats coming in this year again. Different things going
When is
on
that?
on
Do
the
you know the
Friday
date on
night.
that
It is the second last weekend in July. I
Okay.
believe it's the 26th, 27th weekend
All this
there.
stuff is available. People can go to a website, right?
It's all actually on the city website, on Sioux Tourism website, our Facebook pages, the Roberta Bonder Park and Marina Facebook page, the Ermitinger Clerg National Historic Site Facebook
We're going to
page.
have Kathy Fisher
Yes.
from Ermitinger Old Stone House.
Yep.
What do you call the whole thing now? Ermitinger?
The Heritage Discovery Center.
Heritage Discovery
Yes.
Center. Kathy's traveling right now with her
Yes.
family, and we're going to have her on the show on another occasion to
Yes,
talk
and the
about.
city is again partnering with Parks Canada. We're doing the Parade of Paddles that's going on Canada Day as well. So that starts in the morning. There's going to be pancake breakfast available for people on the barge in the locks on Canada Day, and I believe that's from 7 to 9.
I love
and
that.
then paddlers, to register for that is free, and then there's admission for the pancake breakfast. And when the paddlers leave the lock and go down to, I believe it's the Bush Plain area, there's a lunch and that on the grounds
That
of the
is
Old Stone
so
House for an
cool.
admission charge there too.
That's on Canada Day.
On Canada Day.
Oh,
There's
I'm
a
glad you
lot
mentioned
happening
that.
on Canada Day. So there's something for everyone.
But you could do the morning thing first and then go to the pavilion and relax.
And that's
after
exactly
you
how
paddled.
it's kind of that partnership. So everybody does some fun.
And you're using
something
the
throughout day.
waterfront so well,
Yep.
which is great.
Absolutely.
Rick,
Absolutely.
thanks for being here today.
Anytime.
It's a
Anytime.
pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
It's always fun to spend time with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And so there you go. if you want more information, Rick told you where to go. There's websites, there's the city website, there's the Roberta Bondar site, there's Facebook pages. It's all out there. So you can find it. Happy Canada Day this Sunday, and the concert series Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout July and August.
Correct.
Completely free, thanks to the City of Sault Ste. Marie, and also through all of the sponsors that make it
Correct.
possible. So we will see you again soon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Out and about, maybe on Canada Day. Will
Absolutely.
you be down there?
I have to be.
You kind of got to be there,
Yeah,
eh?
I
All
can't
right.
call in sick, unfortunately.
I'll come down and say hi to you. I will not be sick on Canada Day, I promise. So stay tuned. We have more coming up. News is coming up next with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Stay with us. We'll see you in a bit.
The OPP are reminding motorists to exercise caution when traveling this Canada Day long weekend. OPP officers will be patrolling area highways, targeting speeding and other forms of aggressive driving and dangerous behaviors that remain a leading cause in fatal motor vehicle collisions. In 2017, 343 people died in motor vehicle collisions with speeding, following too closely, making unsafe lane changes, and failing to yield right-of-way are all forms of aggressive driving. Aggressive driving is one of the main causes in road fatalities, and the OPP targets it as part of its provincial traffic safety program. Local MP Terry Sheehan announced FedNor's investment of $438,000 in the Canadian Bush Plain and Heritage Centre yesterday afternoon. The investment is part of a $1.175 million project to renovate the museum. This comes after a 2.5-year funding application process. The funding will be used to support the modernization of the facility by improving exhibition space, introducing new nature and insect exhibits, and renovating public areas like the gift shop, washrooms, and front lobby to improve visitor experience and increase attendance. Sheehan says he thinks this investment in the Bush Plain Museum is an important way to promote tourism in the Soo. The project should be completed by the end of May 2019, just before tourism season is set to start. If you've been working hard on your landscaping this summer with the City Beautification Awards in mind, you can relax. Members of the organizing committee say the 2018 City Beautification Awards will not take place this year, but will be back in 2019. Consulting with local gardeners and greenhouses, it's been decided that the cold winter and late start to spring this season has caused severe damage to perennials and nursery stock. The committee is looking forward to celebrating local gardeners next year. The sister-in-law of a man who died after an arrest in Barrie says Orlando Brown was treated worse than an animal by police. Allegedly, officers used a stun gun more than once on the 32-year-old.
There's no words to put in and to express the hurt and the pain that a lot of us is feeling. So nothing, believe me, it doesn't matter what's going on, it will not take away the pain. You understand what I'm saying? I just really want to see this matter really get justice out of it. On Monday, the amount of people that came out to the vigil, it was so overwhelming. It was really good. There were a lot of people from different parts of Barrie that came out to support. And so the people are 100% behind this.
Anishinaabe Nation Grand Council Chief Glenn Hare congratulated Ontario Regional Chief Roseanne Archibald, the first female at the Chiefs of Ontario level. Archibald was elected during the 44th Annual All-Ontario Chiefs Conference hosted by Nipissing First Nation. The final round of voting saw Archibald with 67 votes, incumbent Isidore Day with 36, and Ava Hill with 13. Roseanne Archibald has over 25 years of experience in First Nations politics. She served as chief of Tequah Tagamau Nation, as Anishinaabe Aski Nation Deputy Grand Chief, and Grand Chief of the Muskegawak Council. The Anishinaabe Nation is the political advocate for 40-member communities across Ontario, representing about 60,000 people. The Anishinaabe Nation is the oldest political organization in Ontario.
Welcome back to Mornings with Tim and Joe Jackson.
I'm paying tribute to Joe Jackson.
And we're also paying tribute to National Sunglass Day.
Yeah, because it's National Sunglass Day. He feels bad now because in the intro of the show he blew me off. Because I said, hey, you know what it is? It's National Sunglasses Day. And he said, yeah, so anyway, my guests are... Okay, thanks.
I got my you know where I got my sunglasses? I got my sunglasses at the Kids Summer Safety Festival. They were free from the PUC.
Awesome.
And I say, anytime the PUC wants to give me something free, I'll take it.
Done, done, and done. And Aaron...
I also got a free clothesline from the PUC.
Did you?
There's a great program. I'm going to have somebody I talked to, what's his name? Jordan Zinn.
Jordan, what's his name?
I want to get him on the show and talk about this thing that they have, a program that they have for the PUC. You should look into it. You give them your postal code and stuff, and then they can look at your household income and the amount of power you use, and you might qualify for free stuff, like from anything from light bulbs to appliances.
Awesome.
I know.
All right. So Jordan's going to come by and
I think I forgot to call him back.
Okay, then. So apparently we're going to do that soon.
Your glasses are prescription.
yes.
I want to try those.
All right. So in the meantime...
Oh my God, I can see.
You look at... Where am I?
There's a TV camera here. What the heck?
Nobody told me that part. There's a huge...
Bald man behind it. I know.
I meant a huge breakfast going on, hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to go there live.
That sounds serious.
As we so changed course there, didn't we? We're going to go there live to take a look. It's like a fireside chat
with Terry Sheehan.
With Terry Sheehan today,
our local member of Parliament.
And we're going to have full details actually a little bit later on today about what Terry had to talk about and what happens at these fireside chats. But we have a live picture of that right now.
Do we?
Workforce is and I said the difference between and other areas to say is that you can't minutes.
So I'm thinking that the chat's probably going to have a lot to do with trade and tariffs, and of course, you know, the panic that some Canadians are feeling because of the aluminum and steel tariffs that have been imposed, the potential of the auto tariffs being imposed as well. So I'm sure that Terry is working on that. He made a wonderful
you got all that out of
yeah.
You're good.
Well, I can read lips.
That's why you wear the dark glasses.
Yes. Dark glasses at night.
That's so the auto thing. When are we? Okay, so our tariffs are kicking in July.
July 1st, Sunday.
And he hasn't made a decision yet on the auto tariffs yet.
No.
He's already messed up with the softwood lumber.
Yes.
Because now it's costing the U.S. like $600 more to build a square foot on a house or something like that. Like it was normally $400 or whatever. Now it's like I think it's for a linear foot or whatever. Anyway, it's what used to be $400 is now $1,000 in the U.S. for softwood lumber products because of the tariffs. So
and you know what? Natural disasters, lots of stuff like that. One of the last big ones, a lumber company in Quebec volunteered and donated a whole whack of soft lumber so that people could rebuild. Well, you know what?
No more.
None of that.
No.
Mr. Trump.
What else?
Take me seriously right now.
So we got dairy, we got softwood lumber, we got automobiles, we got steel and aluminum. Wazoo.
Yeah, we got lots of stuff.
Poor Terry Sheehan, that's more than a fireside chat.
Imagine.
He needs to have like...
His brain's got to be like...
Put another log on the fire. Terry's got some things he has to do.
You're not going to keep singing, are you?
You're
cough. Done, right? Yeah.
Oh, we're going to cough. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, he's coughing, and he's coughing into his arm because when I was sick, he told me you can't cough into your hand because then you put it on the thing. And
always cough into your sleeve, people.
But you know what? You can always sterilize your hands, but what are you doing with your shirt?
The germs don't live on fabric.
How come they live on this and I can transfer to you, but they don't live on there?
Because you don't touch that part of your arm.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
When was the last time you met somebody and went, hi, nice to meet you, how you doing? You don't do that.
Well, thanks.
Now you got the germs. You're welcome. Okay.
So who's coming up next, sir?
We have mice. I heard something running under my feet. Community Living Algoma. Community Living Algoma, but we're talking about employment. They do the most amazing things with the people that they work with, the people they support. Mm-hmm. They try to match employers with with employees.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
people who have barriers to employment because of any kind of a disability, they work with the people and they find employment for
Bring
them.
the bosses and the employees together.
Meaningful employment.
Awesome.
Yes.
Man, they do
Quality
so much
of
work.
life.
They do so much work at CLA,
Independence.
don't they?
They're amazing. So we're going to talk with
Awesome.
Molly and Rob. Thanks.
Rob.
He's right there.
Rob, so
Rob,
I'm glad
Molly
he got
and
his
Rob.
name right because
Yeah.
he's standing like right there.
I don't
It's a
know
bit
it until I see it on the screen. So
Yeah.
anyway, Molly and Rob are here from Community Living Algoma right after this. You
Joe
say
Jackson. Joe Jackson, man.
Goodbye. Say goodbye to Joe.
Okay, Joe.
Rest in
All my
peace, Joe
best.
Jackson. And
We'll be back right after this break with more Mornings on TV with Luann and Tim.
on National Sunglass Day. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and now my guests are Molly and Rob, and that's Rob and that's Molly, and I know their names now. I don't know their last names, but it's on the screen if you need to know. Molly and Rob, working with name the what is it called? Employment what?
The Employment Network.
The Employment Network at Community Living Algoma. It's relatively new.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How long have you been around?
Well, Rob and I are new to the department, about a year and a half,
Okay.
but the Employment Network has been in existence for probably about 3 years now. And before that, we've done employment for 25, but they've rebranded.
So they've always done employment, but this is sort of a new kind of branding.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, what's your background, Molly?
My background is in employment services, so
Yes.
I worked previously at the Sioux Community Career Center and also March of Dimes.
And March of Dimes as well. And Rob, you were in healthcare? Or?
Yes, I used to specialize in long-term care, and so I was in sales. So when the opportunity came aboard for me, I used to work with Community Living Algoma doing a lot of their products. So it was nice. I kind of knew everything about the organization, and it was a good fit for
It was
me.
a great fit.
Yes.
Okay, so now tell me about the work that you do with finding employment. Where does it start? Does it start with who comes to you first, employer or the people that you support?
Both. I mean, we've seen both happen. We work with people, typically clients from CLA, so people we support. They come to us expressing an interest in finding employment, finding a job, and we, suss out their skills, their motivation, what they're able to do, and then we approach employers. But
Sometimes it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes, we've just been out, and it's all part of networking, having conversations.
And
So a
someone
small
says,
town, and
"Hey."
people, what are you doing now? And so I'm working at the Employment Network. Oh, that sounds interesting. What do you do? And so you get into that conversation, and it just kind of morphs into something else at that
They say,
point.
hey,
And-
you know what? I'm looking for somebody who
Yes,
can do this.
and for what Molly and I do, it's hard enough employment in Sault Ste. Marie as it is. So
sure.
we're trying to break that door down all the time. So when you put into the fact that you're dealing with people with disabilities, so sometimes it's a confidence thing. Maybe there's a skill set. Sometimes they feel like they don't have enough to bring to the table. Where we don't look at it that way. We try to narrow it down, figure out what the skill set is, and then talk to that employer. Maybe identify needs that they never even realized that they had also at that time. So it ends up working out great for us because it's giving someone an opportunity and giving them that independence.
So in other words, even if I were an employer who might not realize that I had, that I could fill a, how would you say that? Create a position? Not even. Fill a position that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah, lots of times for an employer, it's a gap in their services that they don't realize is there until someone kind of
Comes in and you
says,
went,
"Hey, wait a minute."
How did I ever live without you?
Yeah.
How did I ever get along without you?
And it's not that we like to go in and tell people how to run their business, but it's going in and kind of observing what they do and then being able to say, well, you know what, I've got somebody that's got a really good skill set for that. Or even, why do you have that guy who's making X amount of dollars an hour, and we've got people that are able and willing to work for minimum wage that could be doing those jobs, and they're like, well, I never looked at it like I'm paying double the amount for a job that I can let him focus on and bring our people in, so
And
it
let's
works out great.
and let's
at
not
that
forget
point.
about the benefits that you're providing for the people that you support. You're talking about more independence. You're talking about social interaction.
Yes.
You're talking about gaining self-confidence. You're talking about feeling more worthwhile, which just quality of life, right? And to
Absolutely.
be able to provide that for somebody, and you benefit in return by having those beautiful personalities and the work that they're doing in your business. It's a win-win, really, isn't it?
It really is. And I think the difference for Rob and I is the interaction that we have with the people we support. It's a one-on-one. from beginning to end for the most part. So we know the person when they start working, and it's one-on-one with us for the employers as well. So if we're not quite sure what the job entails, we'll actually go and work a shift before the person we support goes in, so that we know what the job is.
Wow.
So we're kind of jacks of all trades at this point. We've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
That is okay. I have to take a commercial. We're going to come back for our second segment and talk a little bit more about that. About do you also do things where you can take one of the people you support into a working situation and try them out and just see how that works for them too. So there's all kinds of different ways you can do to find out what the perfect fit is.
Yes.
We'll talk more about that when we come back on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim here on ONNtv. Stay with us. We'll be back with Molly and Rob right after this. So I'm talking with Molly and Rob from the Employment Network at Community Living Algoma. Let's talk a little bit about the process of the people you support getting into a work environment. What is it? Talk me through how it goes sort of from beginning to end, if you don't mind. Just an overview.
Sure. So for our main employment, we will have people we support approach us and say, you know, we're interested in employment. We'll do an intake meeting with them, which is kind of like a mini interview.
Mini interview?
So they do their first interview with us, right?
Okay.
And we suss out their skills and what they're interested in, what their likes, dislikes are. And we also try to suss out some of the barriers that they might experience to employment, which could be transportation, it could be health reasons, it could be discrimination, it could be all kinds of things, but we try to feel them out for maybe what their past experiences have been, and that helps us to determine where we should move forward with them.
Okay.
It's almost like working in reverse, to just use a term, because we're starting at that point because we want to see what the skill sets are. We don't want to put anybody in a position to fail. So when you're already approaching somebody about, you know, working with people who have disabilities, they're always going to have fears. Will they work safe? How will it turn out? You know, if it doesn't work out, I don't want to fire them. So we try to almost put everything up front. Let us come for a few days and we'll work with them, and you can observe how they work. So there's no commitment to you at that point. And you know, for a lot of people, they'll look and say, well, that seems like a good idea. Then I'm not really having to say yes or no now, and we'll see how it plays out. So it's a great process for us. Gives us a chance to really see what the skill set is, because sometimes, you know, like everybody, maybe the first job doesn't work out, but we've got a lot of information that we're gathering, and we're trying to, you know, create a little bit of a, you know, piece to work with there. So it benefits Molly and myself a great deal when we do it in that manner.
And do you offer, do you find there is part-time, there's summer employment, are there different levels of employment that are available?
There's everything you can imagine.
Really?
We have some people who come in and they're really just looking for a couple hours a week, and we have employers that's a perfect fit for, right? They have one little job that needs to get done every Monday from 2 to 4, and we have someone who's interested in that.
Yep.
We have part-time workers, and then we have our summer employment, which is, right now we're in the thick of it, and this equals about 100 people that we have out.
So right now, placed or in the process of, like a combination of
60 placed, 40 that are in the process, like various stages.
Those are great numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're very proud of it, and like I said, you know, we've only been here for a year and a half, and not to say that we've, you know, trailblazed all of that. There's been a lot of work,
it's been around, as you say, about 3 years, and then they've been in the employment. They've done the employment for people they support for 20 odd years. But.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier when you've got, you know, John, you've had him on, you know, a couple weeks ago, to have the support that we get from Community Living Algoma and with our, you know, management team. It gives Molly and I that kind of boost too, to like, get out on the street and, you know, hit the pavement and find work for these people, because it's extremely rewarding. And, you know, for Molly and I, when we go out and we're actually working with them, you leave there feeling pretty good about yourself and what you've done. And it's not, you know, a personal thing, it's seeing the reaction of the people we support, you know. And we've got people that have been out working for, you know, some of them 20 plus years. We've got Warren works down at Canadian Tire. He just works on Saturdays. So when we say like what suits them, but he works.
Warren's been working at Canadian Tire for like 20 years?
Over 20 years. And he works at the ball fields, you know, through the summertime. So he loves baseball. He's out there every summer, and every Saturday he goes and works at Canadian Tire. And he's been doing it for years, and he's like the mayor up there.
Wow.
You know, we've got Donnie that works there all year round. You know, every morning he's outside in the parking lot doing carts and cleaning. So we're all over the place. And the guys are extremely proud of what they do. They're very proud of the employers that they work for. Which
and you have
can't
some
thank
employers that you can always count on. Who are their major supporters of this program? program?
Sue Mill has been amazing. They've hired 6 students with disabilities over the past, I think, 3 years. And I think 3 of them have moved on to either full-time positions there afterwards or part-time after-school positions. So
Fantastic.
they see the value of our summer employment with the students who get a job coach who works with them for the length of the summer, and how that training piece
They have
is
a job coach that works with them for the length of the summer.
Yeah, so that's how our summer employment works. We have a student with disabilities and a student job coach, and they're paired together at an employer, so they get a full summer of training. Yeah.
Amazing.
And it works great for both, because the student with the disability now is gaining a skill set, gaining a social network, you know, being out there and having that independence. And for the job coach, you can't have more of a rewarding experience to come and work with us and working with people with disabilities. And it just gives them that edge when they are finished university and they go apply for that job and they get those questions. What would you do in this situation? It's not a theory, or now they're living in reality. They've actually dealt with that.
Yeah.
And having the support group of, you know, our team around them to make them grow and, you know, reach that goal at the end of the summertime of, hey, I've got a job here now. Once these students go back to school, I'm actually staying here to work.
What other partnerships have you created on sort of a regular basis? Do you think you mentioned the Water Tower Inn has been a great supporter?
Yeah, the Water Tower has been great. They were first on board last summer. They hired a student and a job coach. The student stayed on and is still there working.
This is what you're looking for.
They're going to do round 2 this year, but this year they're actually just hiring straight out. They don't require the job coach, and they just want to have someone. So
Any other shout outs, Rob, that you want
Well, we have so with our summer, you know, we have Crimson Ridge, Root River have been there from the beginning, Sioux Mill, Service Rentals, Great Lakes Honda. So there's so many people. We apologize because there are a lot of we're time,
and you're looking for more.
Oh, always.
always.
So employers that want to reach out to you, find you where? How would I contact
Well, we're now
you?
on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can go to our Facebook page,
And the name is
Twitter.
what? What's the name of the Facebook page? Is it
I think it's Community Living Algoma.
Community Living Algoma's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and if not, they can
Twitter?
just call our head office,
Oh.
and they will pass them through to our office, and
Yeah.
we'll go from that process at that point.
Okay. So, and is there anything else we wanted to get in before we wrap up? Because we're just about out of time.
Well, I mean, if you really want to talk to us, if you're super interested, my cell phone number, 705-255-0020. My direct line, call me.
And my phone number is 705-255-1270.
All right.
And we're available at any time for a conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today. I learned a lot, and I hope the audience learned a lot too, and I hope that you'll get some phone calls from some employers who,
Yeah, that'd be great.
who are interested in working with some of these great people that you support, who always have special gifts to bring.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for your time. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim to wrap up right after this. Stay tuned. And we are back to wrap things up this beautiful Thursday.
And you're still hanging in? You feeling okay?
Actually, I'm feeling a little bit better. I think.
good.
I think with time.
Yes.
I'm healing. Oh, something just went funny in my ear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's tickling me like crazy right now. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
That just tickled like crazy.
Oh, that's so funny. What is that?
I don't know what it was, but it sure felt nice.
I don't even want to know
That's
about
fun.
any of that.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on the fireside chat
Okay.
with Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce CEO Rory Ring and RMP Terry Sheehan. They're chatting down there this morning, and it would be interesting to be in the room, I think, because people can just show up and ask any question they want of Mr. Sheehan. So. Yeah.
How long is this going on?
I think it's going on for about an hour or so.
We could get down there and ask some questions.
Yeah, let's do
You better
it.
look out, Terry Sheehan. I'm on my way.
Do you have his number?
Oh,
Let's phone him.
Okay. Call in. Can we do a call
Yeah,
in?
let's do a call-in show.
Wait, I follow him on Twitter. I'll tweet him a message.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow morning. It's Friday tomorrow.
Yes, it is, all day.
And it's a long weekend. So get ready for it, Sault Ste. Marie. We're going to have a great Canada Day. We'll see you tomorrow morning with Luann and Tim on Mornings on TV. Oh.